This is an ABP Live Podcast.
Hi guys, welcome to another episode of Bollywood Binge and Beyond. I am your host Niharika Nanda, and today S. Arora here is here.
Hello
He is the
there.
one and the only Shivam Arora.
Hi everyone.
Hi Shivam, welcome to Bollywood Binge and Beyond.
Thanks a lot for having me.
It is all my pleasure, and of course, starting from the top. What's up? क्या चल रहा है आजकल?
बहुत सारा travel.
Now, is that a good thing or is that a bad thing?
You decide. You have office in Noida. You decide that.
वो उस बारे में उस तरफ तो ना ही जाए तो क्या ही मतलब ना ही जाए तो अच्छा बिकॉज मेरी अपनी दुखती रह गई तो मैं क्या ही बोलूं.
अब देखो अब हो गया अब ट्रैवल अब आ गए हैं अब तो दुखती रग पे खुद हाथ मत रखो.
ओके ठीक है सो अदर देन ट्रैवल व्हाट्स अप.
Well, I just came to Delhi for a couple of weeks. So I moved to Bombay last year. So just like it's actually after 1 year I came for this longer time to Bombay. Sorry, Delhi.
To Delhi.
Yeah, but yeah, I'm like almost like in a couple of more days I'm going back to Bombay. So just binging on all the snacks. Like every time I come to Delhi, I have like a list of things that I need to finish.
Eat. Exactly.
To survive the next 6 months.
Without the Delhi wala food.
Yes. Like that needs to be done. So just like filling up my quota, I guess, before I go back home.
How does it feel? You've been a Delhiite all your life, and to say that home is somewhere else, and you just come back to Delhi for a while. Does it feel weird to say it out loud or no?
I think home is where you make your home.
True.
Right?
Right.
I mean, I've spent nearly like this is my 7th year in Bombay. So yeah, so I think when I moved to Bombay, of course, it was like as a city, it always any new city kind of pushes you out sort of situation. But like now, I think no matter how every time as Delhiite you're in Bombay, people are gonna be like Bombay or Delhi.
Bombay or Delhi. उस पे तो आते हैं.
My entire life has just been like this question. Like initially, I used to defend Delhi a lot. But now also I say like both the places they have their own sweet spaces and like yeah. So
ये तो हो गया politically correct answer.
No, I very firmly so that every time somebody says Delhi or Bombay, I ask them criteria.
Okay.
Right. So on that basis I'll pick the winner.
ठीक है, food.
I don't need to answer that. There's a reason I just said I have to fill my quota.
Exactly. Traffic.
I just take Uber, so I don't know.
You are Madhya sitting, you are the passenger princess.
So no, but like fun fact, I don't know how to drive. So.
Okay.
I just turned 26. I don't know how to drive. I don't have a license. My mom always says like, please learn driving, and I'm just like, I don't like to take one car more than once.
Right, exactly.
I like new drivers and new number plates every single time. So I just hire.
Right. But it's a good thing also. I saw this, another creator's video a couple of days back. It's a trap. Especially, when young kids, we start learning to drive. It's like, बुआ रही है समोसे ले आ.
Yeah, I saw that video.
Right?
I saw that video.
And अब कुछ और चाहिए, ये ले आ, वो चाहिए. So basically, you become घर का driver.
See, anyway, I'm the youngest kid at home.
Okay.
So,
you've already been there, done that.
Irrespective whether I know, and Delhi के अंदर जो भी तुम्हारी समोसों की दुकानें होती है ना, वो घर के इतना पास होती है, you don't need to take the car.
तुम चल के जा सकते हो.
Exactly. चल के नहीं भी जा सकते तो रेंग के जाओ, but you will go.
You have to go.
Yes. And anyway, Delhi you don't really need to know driving, according to me, since metro connectivity is so insane. So yeah, it's pretty sorted.
ये चीज तो है.
Yeah.
चलो, so this means that you've now settled yourself well in the Mumbai atmosphere and the whole Mumbai karwala lifestyle to some extent. Okay, so coming to you as a content creator, ये चीज शुरू कैसे हुई? मतलब for most of the content creators whom I've talked to, they're like ऐसे ही हो गई suddenly out of nowhere. Was that the case with you also?
I think for me, I wouldn't say it was like out of the blue, to be very honest. I'd be honest, like, throughout growing up, somewhere deep down, you always know that, I always knew that I was camera friendly. I always knew while growing up, but the fact is that when you come from middle class families, it's always like something that's pushed behind your back.
Right.
Like it's a hobby, you always take.
Exactly, it's not something that you would want as a
career. So, I mean, I'm a biologist by education. Yeah. I think
Oh my God.
I reiterate this on social media like repeatedly so that people remember that
Baap re.
I'm academically I'm a microbiologist and biochemist. So in COVID I would have been in a lab actually doing research on vaccines and stuff.
Baap
But
re.
basically I loved what I studied. My family never forced me or anything. They have more than been open to whatever I wanted to pursue. So I did that for about 5 years, and after that, but alongside my college, I unintentionally sort of ran a parallel career.
Okay.
Okay, like I did theatre for nearly 3 years, 3 to 4 years as a director, as an actor, as a writer.
Wow.
And and after that, not a lot of people know, but I also worked on like music. Like I did songwriting for nearly 1.5 years.
You are a multifaceted person.
Music has always been very close to my heart because like while growing up also like I did classical music for 5 years in school. Although if you will tell me to sing, listen, I've forgotten every damn thing.
No. Now to we will. You have landed yourself into a trap.
Listen, I go on lives and I sing for hours, so that's fine. That was the trap for you.
I don't mind a jamming session.
We'll go there. But
Yes.
basically, so I mean like I was coming from a creative career like that, like after my post-grad. I think in 2021 I started working on my first novelette, which I published in 2021.
Right.
So I think writing and a creative career unintentionally was running side by side for me. So it happened so that after my post-graduation, I landed up with a job as a screenwriter and video producer with a Canadian company. It was very random. It was so random. Like after my 2 years after my undergrad was all over the place. I have ran behind MBAs for 2 years while pursuing an MSc, while I have done a social entrepreneurship career. Like I have done social work. Those 2 years were all over the place. Let's accept it.
No, but it's important for that. Us time, that's a time in your life that you have to try out everything.
Absolutely. Those two is, in fact, I am so grateful that those 2 years of confusion, even though they gave me grey hair, but they also gave me a lot of understanding what I didn't want to do.
Right,
And
exactly.
that is the most important thing in life, I guess. So yeah, after my postgrad, fortunately I just landed that one job, which actually just lasted for 3 months, and after that I started working with Times Internet. So I worked with iDiva. I worked with iDiva for nearly 2 years as a screenwriter and video director, and it was so random because I remember just 1 year before I worked with iDiva, I used to look at all of those videos and all of this stuff, and I used to be like, so cool, you know, these people just do all of that and that's their career. 1 year along the line, I was in the same exact office, same exact lane, same exact. So it's really, I sometimes feel I'm very.
Life comes a full circle in many ways.
It did. It for me, fortunately, it did. And then just one thing led to another, and just my last stint was with Meta. So I worked with Instagram itself, fortunately. And yeah, that's been my professional career like that. So content creation, coming back to this is how I digress from question. That's how much I love talking about myself.
Works well for us, I would say.
But content creation. So yes, when I was working in my first job, I was writing and I was producing and I was doing everything for others.
Right.
As much as I loved doing it, the fact was that sometimes as a writer, as a creative, you do it for others and you just
feel like I could do this for myself.
No, I just saw them doing it in front of camera and I can do that better. Like at least do justice to what I have.
Right, to what I've written. I know.
Literally, I actually started making content purely because some of the things were too personal to give it away to other people to do it, and they didn't do justice to my vision.
Right.
And for me, like from the theatre days itself, it was all about the thrill of seeing my vision come alive. I think there is no better or more beautiful feeling than seeing your vision come alive.
Absolutely.
So yeah, I mean that's how content creation just happened. So to actually creatively, because when creative career is your living, you can't try everything in the job. There is certain section there is certain part of your creativity where you need to explore
it yourself,
which can't be done professionally. So I was like, the best way was that I just go above and beyond, and whatever I want to try on my own, I'll just do it. And that's how it started. And that's how you got lucky.
Rest is history.
It is.
Rest is history. How has it been till now?
It's been quite a ride, to be honest. Surprisingly, when I started, I always felt that social media was something that I didn't want to take as my career, because I'm a sort of a person who likes a lot more predictability and like a lot more stability in the way things progress. And fortunately or unfortunately, this industry is such which is very dynamic. It changes every 6 months or every 2 months nowadays, I would say.
Algorithm is changing left, right, and center.
See, algorithm is to chalo ugly puri cheez. Just the overall dynamics of how the industry operates, since the creator or influencer industry in itself is so new. People are still figuring it out.
Right, there is no, instruction manual on how things have to go ahead.
As we are going ahead, we are making the instruction manual. It is us, all of us, that who are collectively. Right. Probably it's so insane to actually sometimes think, if you think so, we are actually setting up an industry.
Absolutely.
From
You
scratch.
are like, the trendsetters for probably years to come for the
all,
entire idea
all
of
of
social
us,
media.
I feel, even this very thing it's one of the miles. It's one of the probably the
Right, milestones from the entire universe of content creation in some level.
Yeah. So I mean, content creation has been quite a journey. I've seen platform change quite a lot over the last 4 years now,
Right.
and I've seen it from fortunately all three sides, being as a creator, as or probably working in a digital house. I've seen it from a brand side, because my second job was with Paytm, so I saw it from a brand side, and fortunately recently I saw it from the platform side.
Right.
So it's been quite a wholesome experience to understand it from all the sides.
Exactly.
And it's quite just difficult to navigate through industry, to be honest. Like
It is.
It just looks it ain't.
No, but I get it. Like, for most of the industries, the thing is that you start following, someone that, okay, this person, the kind of trajectory that he or she has had, I can also do that. But as you said, that content creation is so new that there is no one जो मतलब जिसे कहते हैं ना, someone who has made it through and through, जिसको तुम एकदम ऐसे करो कि ठीक है, जो इसने किया है, अगर मैं वही करूँ तो मैं successful हो जाऊँगा, because things are changing. It's
See,
very
even
dynamic.
if you find people like that, जरूरी नहीं है their industry, their journey was relevant आज से 2 साल पहले.
Exactly.
Their journey,
Right.
maybe you will follow the same footsteps, might not work for you.
Absolutely.
Because
Absolutely.
it's just so changing, and how audience responds and how just the platform responds is so different that there is nothing set in stone.
True, very true. And talking about this entire, upar niche and everything of the content creation journey, something that I ask for to all of my guests is that, does it affect your mental health? Because I'm sure there are days of slumps, there are days when, views and likes and numbers are rising off the charts, but there are low days as well. So does it affect you? Does it impact you?
I think fortunately, my biggest strength, I would say, as a content creator, at least till now, has been the fact that I've kept my content creation very much detached from what numbers it does.
Okay.
That's why my bio says मैं content खुद को हंसाने के लिए बनाता हूँ. Like, literally, that's been the only motivation, very honestly, to create. Of course, sometimes you create and you hope for it to it'll do well and stuff like that. But yes, there are a lot of things that I have done over the years that I very well knew that it's not gonna do numbers. But I know for a fact that I want to put it out in the world, because content like that doesn't exist on the platform.
Right,
I want to
right.
do it for the content creator I am, and not for the numbers. I'm doing. Because numbers, I have just, and another thing I think as a content creator you have to accept it over the years is that every peak is always followed by a fall.
True.
Always.
True.
No, it's inevitable. So the more emotionally detached you will be from it, the longer you will last.
That is true. And it's a part and parcel of the whole industry, whole idea, whole concept.
I always actually hated this particular fact that, I would never want my career based off of the validation I am getting from somebody I don't even know.
Exactly.
So that's the reason I think I've very actively probably conditioned my brain to not take it like in that manner. Of course, there are days, and now like I'm progressing towards taking it as my full-time career. right?
Right.
Which nobody knows on platform as of now.
Exclusively on ABP Live Podcasts.
It is exclusive. Yes, I am in the process of sort of like till I think that the fact that I have always maintained a professional career alongside has in fact helped me in sort of always
Keeping yourself detached from
sort
it.
of always keeping it as a side thing, right? So that's the reason my motivation has never been the money, has never been the numbers,
Right.
because well, I was not financially dependent on it, and I was not doing it for numbers. So
True.
that has helped me. But well, now that and it used to scare me because I saw my peers, people who were doing like full time. It is mentally consuming. It
Obviously,
can get
it is,
when
for
you're when your life is like when your living depends on it. It is a lot to take. But so I don't know how it follows in next couple of months. It's a risk, but I'm willing to take it. I'm just hoping that it goes well.
Right, and I think I would say that these are also the years when you can take that risk.
Exactly.
You can go for it. You can, God forbid, it doesn't even work out.
Yeah.
You have a massive, writer's career or a theatrical career to fall back on.
That was my whole, I think, point. So, like at this point, why I feel so, because I personally felt that my professional career as a corporate professional was also strong enough. I have a strong
Right.
enough CV to even if I want to go back to the industry.
Exactly. And any such one moment, during when you just started up, though it's been a while since you've been creating content, when you really felt that, okay, I have, made something out of myself, an achievement wala moment
As a creator.
as a creator.
Oh, definitely, I would say. When the most viral moment, I would say that's on the platform, I created like a parody song version of last year Shrivalli. The song went viral, and I made
Right.
like a parody sibling version of it, which was so random, and I just put it out, and it blew the internet off. Like I mean, I shouldn't just like. I have this thing of like I try to undermine and I try to really just
You shouldn't.
tell myself. But the fact was, I have seen like I know things like where my friends, they have sent me videos. They're like, we are sitting at a mall, and there's a kid sitting next to them singing that song.
Wow.
And like my brother recently got married, and my bhabhi, she's telling me, she's like, before marriage I didn't know, but like once I was at home and there was like some kids in the on the street, they were singing Shivalli ka funny version, and that's when my brother told my bhabhi that Shivam actually wrote and sang that version. And the fact is, till that point, I did not understand the impact. And that's one
Right.
word I stress so much on as a content creator.
Right.
That there is, at least right now in last 6-7 months, it has only become more and more
Prominent.
Yeah, it more and more important, the difference between doing numbers and being a content creator and having impact. If somebody is thinking of you as a content creator, can they pinpoint one thing that they remember about you?
Right. Very rightly said.
And I'm talking about good things, not the gossip shit. I mean, that's good too.
Every kind of publicity is publicity.
Yes, but if you're a content creator, at least do they remember you for your content
Right.
and not
Any
just
one video that they can pinpoint that, oh my god, that was something that really
something
loved.
that stuck by them.
Would you like to sing a little version of your Shrivalli? See, I told you it's a trap.
अरे यार कुछ अच्छा कमा तो वो भी अच्छा ही है।
अच्छा भी कमाएंगे, अच्छा भी पहुंचाएंगे।
मुझे लिरिक्स याद करने दो।
थोड़ा सा याद करो, कोई नहीं, just a line or two, चलेगा।
Okay, I think this is.
Let's
I
go.
hope I remember it'll be a shame if I don't remember my lyrics only.
No, we are sure that you will. ऐसी
Okay.
कोई बात नहीं, चलो।
Okay. तेरी शक्ल गंदी हो नल्ली बातें करे तू सन की, तेरी शक्ल ठन्नी हो नल्ली बातें करे तू सन की, something like that.
My God, I remember this because I sent it to my sister.
Oh my God.
ऐसा हो ही नहीं सकता that ऐसी कोई चीज आया and I don't send it to my sister because exactly
Yeah.
the kind of
Yeah, of
bond
course.
that siblings share.
Of course.
I remember this and I remember humming this. Oh my God! You see, impact. You sang the first line and I was like, yes. Oh my God, yes.
People were complaining we forgot the real lyrics. Good.
Good for me.
Yeah.
Okay, so this entire, content creation is the buzz right now. People want to promote films, people want to promote brands, and all they want to think at the moment is content creators. So how is that content creation glamorous life treating you?
It's fun. It's sometimes it's surprising and it's difficult to wrap your head around. But it's overall fun to sometimes you be in the public and sometimes I have had some funny experiences oh, I remember I was on metro once and I got I reached home and I got a picture in my DMs and हमें तुमने metro में देखा just come and say hi. And one of the funniest, I think.
Oh God!
I think
Was some corner clicking a picture of you?
One of the things was creepier. घर पे पेंट हो रहा था ओके मम्मा ने बोला पेंट खत्म हो गया जाके ये वाली चीज तो ले आ it was Sunday morning. I had taken a shower. I was literally wearing mismatched, nighty whatever outfit. Right. I was looking like a homeless person. And I just,
like we all are on every Sunday morning.
के पास I just went दुकान पे लेने के लिए. I come back home and there was a picture in my day.
Oh my God!
And I was like, this is not cool. This is too close to my house, number one. And I should not
This is not how you should be pabbed.
Listen, I did not. That's not a pap moment also. मैं पेंट लेने गया था भाई. मतलब पैप करने तो मैं कम से कम पैप वाला बन कर
I know, exactly.
But it's fun. I think it's fun considering the fact that this industry has opened these kind of avenues for people like us who don't come from industries like this. We don't have any. We have मतलब it's like in our families like ours, it's still like तो कपिल शर्मा के शो पे आएगा ना तो कितना अच्छा
I know, right?
It is still
right.
that, right? So when you come from backgrounds like that, it's still a beautiful industry that is opening doors for people.
Talking about such opportunities, one of them was seeing Shah Rukh Khan and Deepika Padukone and John Ibrahim in front of you during the Pathaan promotions.
Yeah.
How was that like?
Well, it was very last moment. Number one,
Okay.
a lot of people don't know. Yes, I think the invites rolled out very last moment. I think the event was scheduled for 2:00, something like that. 2:00, 3:00, and it was Shah Rukh was coming, for a media con for after a very very long time. So it was a huge frenzy,
big deal,
literally. And for us, confirmations came at 12:00.
Arre baap re, 2 hours.
And
prior.
I was in office. Yeah, I was in office. I remember I had to, in my lunch break, I had to run to a store nearby and get an outfit. And I was bruh, but yeah, I mean, experience-wise, of course, yeah. I mean, it's
surreal.
It's surreal. It's surreal for the fact that you are even present in situations like that, and and the fact that you are here. Not out of winning a contest or something, because you deserve to be there. You have earned your place to be there.
Absolutely.
So that's a surreal feeling, without a doubt. It always is, I guess.
So Deepika को देख के वो आँखों में तेरी अजब सी अदाएं वाला moment हुआ था, for real.
I mean, honestly, listen, we were just navigating our work because it was very last moment, so it was थोड़ा सा chaotic.
Too much to take.
It was chaotic,
Right.
It was chaotic an event because it was a fan event plus influencers plus media.
बाप रे,
So
chaotic ही होना है.
It was very chaotic. So we were, as much as we were, absorbing what was happening, we were also awestruck because it was all the fans were major hardcore fans were right there. So imagine Pathan's main music playing and your main
everyone is dancing.
Exactly, and your hardcore fans being there and Shah Rukh walking in. Can you imagine? You're like, okay. All right. I mean,
was it like a पूरी भरी हुई metro? Like धक्का.
हाँ, राजीव चौक था वो.
I love this analogy. Dude, we'll keep it till Rajiv Chowk.
नहीं यार, लंगर था तो था यार. मतलब they can't avoid it because it's the number like that.
Exactly.
It's overwhelming.
It's Shah Rukh Khan.
Of course.
It's Shah Rukh Khan.
Of
बनता
course.
है.
बनता है.
बिल्कुल बनता है.
बिल्कुल बनता है.
Okay, and coming to making a place in the industry, Netflix.
Oh yeah.
You have appeared on a Netflix show. Big deal. Firstly, kudos. Congratulations.
Thank you.
How was the experience? And tell us a little about it.
Well, out of the blue again. I think most of the major milestones in my life happen very out of the blue. Not a lot of people know, again.
You see, everything is exclusive.
But I actually got on the show through Tinder.
Really? The show was well based on the concept of online
so
dating.
basically, Netflix collaborated with Tinder to cast for these shows.
Okay.
During our later on stages, when I was sitting with Raghu Rajiv, they told me later on, they're like, you know what? They used to just like dump us with like thousands and thousands of profiles off of Tinder, and I was the only one on the cast who came from Tinder. So they were like, we knew that your online game is going to be very strong.
Oh my god, was it?
Oh, if ever my audition form. So if I tell you the process, it was a good 8 months to 1 year long process. It was
just the selection.
Yes.
Oh my god.
Don't get me started. So it was like
No, please get started.
It was like, okay, if I tell you the process, it was like a form that was supposed to be filled on Tinder, of course. And after that, they shortlisted on basis of that, and then they sent me 2 more forms, which were collectively nearly 40 questions, all descriptive.
All descriptive. Bhai, ye to mere Jamia ke entrance exam se bhi zyada
it was 40 questions, but if I ever make that form public, it was hilarious. I had a blast. Like, if I give you an example, I remember there was this one question which said, what is your dating life feeling like? My answer was, it feels like that conveyor belt of an airport. आते जाते
destination पहुंच ही नहीं रहे.
Yeah, I just went off in those 2 forms because I had so much badass. like, तुम्हें मुझे dating show पे बुलाना है ना? देखता हूँ तुम क्या कर लोगे. Those 2 forms.
Oh god.
Yeah, those 2 forms happened, and after that, it followed months of process where there was like more forms. There was a psychometric test. I think that's called psychometric only. When we had like a one-on-one with a psychiatrist, no, not psychiatrist, but
therapist, psychologist.
Mental health. समझ गए ना? Sorry, मतलब.
भावनाओं को समझो.
We had a one-on-one question, basically for them to test that we are mentally prepared for something like this or not. Then there was like, they went through all our history, social media histories of years. Like, I think 2016, I made some post on Facebook, and they were like, oh no, yahan pe this word is not right, you should delete this. And yeah. It was like an 8 to 10 months long process. Yeah. And which also involved having in-person interviews with Raghu Rajiv. We had like a proper discussions on cam. So a lot of things happened, and the shoot was supposed to happen in December. It got pushed to Jan. It got pushed to March, and I think finally we shot in Feb and March. I think that's
2022.
2022. Yes.
Last year.
Yes. And I mean, it was by the time show went on floor, I was a little tired.
यार ये हुआ क्या ये तेरा लंबा process.
हाँ मतलब by Jan तो I was like भाई करना है तो करो
नहीं करना छोड़ो वरना.
And see, a lot of people, okay, I'll give you everything, but so the thing was that there were a lot of things to be managed, considering the fact that we were wearing our own, since it was a reality show, we were wearing our own clothes on the show.
Okay,
yes, right. Which is not good. which is a pain in a reality show, because we were initially asked to bring nearly 70 to 80 outfits. Yeah, and I was like, I'm not getting those many. So I was literally, listen, there were a lot of things which I kind of pushed back on, sort of, when the show was happening, because I was like, well, this is something that I would expect from production. This is something that should be, if I'm devoting my time to it. Exactly. So, but long story short, but that's a separate discussion altogether. But as an experience, the whole process was tiring. We finally went in. There was a lot, and at the same time, in Jan, I was signing with an agency, so there was a legal back and forth also happened. There was a moment when Rajiv, again exclusive. There was literally a moment when Rajiv was on call with me, and he was like, and I was not agreeing with something in my contract.
Oh my god.
Rajiv was like, what do you not want in your this thing? We'll take it off, just sign it. Later on, I remember when the show was done during a patchwork shoot, At one point, Rajiv literally went like, if there was this one person who was the hardest to get on board, it was this guy. And the moment you enter the show, you have like 5 cameras on your face because it was like a Big Boss sort of a situation. We were living and we had no contact from outside world and stuff like that. And you just enter the show and with all the strangers and you're just like, okay, hi. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know how to navigate. Like, it was funny. It was very funny. But yeah, throughout the show, I think it was quite an experience considering the fact that, you know, reality show is something where it's pretty difficult to maintain your authentic self. Because specifically when you're constantly on camera,
कभी ना कभी एक कुछ ना कुछ कभी गुस्सा आ जाएगा कभी कुछ हो जाएगा.
And the problem with reality show that I realized after this one stint itself was that it takes barely any time for you to get consumed by the show. Like there was a moment in the show inside the house where, you know, we were constantly just talking about the show. किसका किसके साथ मैच चल रहा है, किसका क्या चल रहा है. And at one point I literally, one thing that I was able to maintain, I think myself, was basically maintain my rationality and not get consumed what was happening. And that's exactly what probably led to the kind of decision that I took in the show eventually, that, you know, where it was like I valued my time more and I valued my stand more than just spending time and just entering the show for no reason, you know. And but it was quite a ride, and there are a lot of things that's actually not told in the show, not shown in the show, but yeah, quite a thing.
So did you get a match out of it?
Oh, well, see,
love life पे क्या impact हुआ?
Honestly, did I even go in with an intention to actually find a match? I don't think so, because the fact is, I was very clear with this thing in my head that amazing, whatever comes my way, I'm like that. Like I'm always seeking something something good comes out of it, right? And I'm that kind of a guy who doesn't really seek, like, casual stuff is not really my thing, to be honest. So I'm always seeking something positive out of it, but I was also mindful of the fact that we are constantly on camera.
Right.
No matter how much you try, well, you will never get to know somebody on a personal level in the 20 days.
The real person might not come out of
So the so-called connection, well, it's for the camera. It's very clear, and the fact is, I've learned over the years that no matter how much you try to fake it, people can see it. You know, audience can see everything. Camera catches everything that you even don't know. So yeah, I was just trying to be my authentic self, and if whatever comes out of it, because I knew that there is already enough of me outside on the internet for me to fake anything, because if I do, it will not match my personality.
The personality you've created for yourself.
There's nothing created. That's the whole point.
Right.
The fact is that my organic personality is interesting enough for me to not fake it. Simple. I just be myself. So that was the whole point, I guess. Yeah.
But talking about that, how has dating been till yet?
I've given up.
Why is this the common answer that everyone I'm talking to?
No. I'm just kidding. Honestly, somehow over the years, I find it amusing about myself also that whatever things have have happened over the years, a lot of people have come and gone by out of my life, of course. Right. Like everybody else.
Right.
But every single time, somehow, I've managed to always approach it with hope. Somehow. I think that's something I'm very proud of.
You are the Ted Mosby of the 21st century.
I don't know. I just say that, see, of course, there is somewhere there are somewhere walls, there are somewhere, certain lines that I've drawn for myself, certain boundaries. But at the same time, I am very much of the belief that, no matter what, I once came up with this one quote that I just reiterate to myself that, every time something falls apart, if out of it, hope is something that you manage to take along, you lost nothing in the process of falling. Hope is really something that our generation, I feel, lacks.
Right.
And very personal belief, I also feel as a concept, as a love, okay, it's gonna sound like very, not so conventional, but I don't think love as a concept is very oh my god, butterflies, magical. I feel love is very mechanical.
Okay.
You can make yourself fall in love with someone if you want to. It's always about intentions. You have to tell yourself almost like mechanically that no, I want to see good about this person.
Right.
You know, I know everybody has like something bad, but no, it's okay. You have to condition your brain to see the good things first. Only then you will eventually get into the habit of ignoring the negative. Of course, like I'm not saying like red flag guy tail le le, to pyar mein padna hai. No. But the fact is that this is like hacking love through this way is the only way to overcome fear. To be very honest. And that's the reason, maybe that's the reason I'm just like I fall in love every 15 days. But at least it gives you control over your feelings, right?
It does.
So that's a positive thing in generation like ours. But yeah, my love life has been like, it's like I think in the last couple of months I've just been like I've just because I'm changing professionally so much about my life, so I'm trying
time bhi kam
thoda balance kar raha hu. And honestly, at this point, it's like if I'm investing my time, energy, everything into someone, it has to be worth it.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And now that you mentioned Tinder and online dating, you've been involved in it. So, koi ek aisa funny incident that happened?
It's been a while, honestly. Because honestly, with things like this, like after social media, I've kind of thoda sa refrained from stuff like that. But yeah, coming to your funny instance, I'll give you one thing. I'll give you, not an instance, but I'll tell you something. You know, when I wrote my first book, so always people say like, oh, what are your thoughts about dating apps and stuff like that? You know, there's a lot of negativity about dating apps, right? And I personally, I'm a very positive advocate of dating apps.
Okay.
In a way that how do you use it? It's totally up to you what you make out of it.
Okay.
Like back when, it's gonna sound so controversial.
We are all up for it.
When I was writing my first novelet, so my novelet basically, it's called Rejuvenation, a retrospective journey to healing.
Okay.
Yeah, people as comedy creator don't expect me to be coming from like such a sentimental and such a serious space, but that was something that I wrote, from a very personal space. It's like a personal account throughout the novelet.
Right.
And at that time, there's a lot of poetry in the book. Okay. And what I used to do, I would talk to people on Tinder, right, or dating apps. And you know, when you're talking to somebody for the first time, there are certain initial butterflies, right? And I used to channel that energy into writing poetry for them, and then I used it in the book. See, nothing wrong about it. It's
It's actually really cute, I would say.
Yeah, but that's the whole the reason I'm telling you this is how do you use it? It's all up to you. But that book also proves that I'm pretty much Taylor Swift.
Talking about music and Taylor Swift and songs and love and butterflies, finally, you have the stage.
Oh my God!
Please, any song that you like, that you would like to sing for us. Hindi, English, kuch bhi chalega.
Listen, I have to sing Beyonce because
Oh my God!
I absolute. Oh, there's a whole thing on the internet.
I have gone through it.
Yeah. Woman, come to India.
Achha, make an appeal. Yahi par.
Dear Beyonce ki mummy, Tina knows. Please bring your daughter to India because telling her directly she is not coming. We have good auditorium. We can take care of her. If she can come for a Bani's wedding, she can definitely come for us. Please. We are not getting visas, please.
I know. Please, come. Include India into your tour here. Come on.
I swear. I mean, there are rumors. There are rumors.
There are?
There are rumors.
Oh, fingers crossed then.
There are rumors. Because she hasn't yet announced the second leg of her concert. So, there are rumors.
Fingers crossed then. Fingers crossed. Visa ki
Yes.
zarurat hi nahi padegi.
Listen, I will be happy, but at the same time, like, अगर आना ही था तो पहले बता देती बहन.
इतना सर नहीं खपाते.
But yeah, Beyonce is like something. Yeah. But yeah, if I have to sing a song, okay. Listen, I always go back to this song, but it's called Halo.
Yeah, right.
A lot of people. It's a pretty famous song, and since it's a love song, so I can sing it.
Go for it.
Okay. Right. Remember those walls I built, but baby they're tumbling down. But they didn't even put up a fight. They didn't even make a sound. I found a way to let you in, but I never really had a doubt. Standing in the light of your halo, I got my angel now. It's like I've been awakened. Every rule I had to break in is the risk that I'm taking. I ain't never gonna shut you out. Everywhere we're looking now, I'm surrounded by your embrace. Baby, I can see your halo. You know you're my saving grace. You're everything I need and more. It's written all over your face. Now baby, I can see your halo. I pray it won't fade away.
Woohoo! Perfect. I got my personal concert right here, right now.
Pay me. Talk to my manager.
Sorry.
Invoice भेज दी जाएगी.
Get in touch with my legal team.
I'll send notice if I don't get the money.
Oh god, this was so good. And it resonates with your concept of, finding the good things in a person. I see your halo.
Damn.
I know, right?
Yeah, पे सिर्फ इनको सींग ही दिखते हैं लोगों के पता. We are doing it in a red room and talking about halos.
Ironically. Okay. So your character, the Desi mom, the Indian mom, is so famous. तो अब हम वो किए बिना तो आपको जाने नहीं दे सकते. So you have to act like her in just 3 easy situations. Are you ready?
You will give me the situation?
Yeah, I'll give you the situation. Pretty easy, pretty generic.
Shit, I should have carried my...
the scarf that you put on your head.
चल बेटा ठीक है बताओ.
Okay. First one is a mother's reaction to late night parties.
Okay. जाओ हमसे क्या मतलब हम होते कौन है बोलने वाले. जाओ बेटा जाओ. ऐसे ही होता है बच्चे बड़े हो जाते हैं ना उसके बाद माँ की सुनते थोड़ी ना पार्टियां करनी है तुमको जाके हैं यहाँ पे घर पे तो हमारे सर पे बैठ के जो पार्टियां करते हैं उसका क्या तुम है. जाओ हम बड़े हो गए. अब बड़े होने के बाद हमारे कुछ नहीं. जा पार्टियां वैसे ना बोलती नहीं हूँ मैं हाथ से निकल गई है तू ऐसे निकल गई है.
Oh my god, this is so on point. Too good, man. Too good. Oh,
because my mother just before I left today she was like I was gonna go to a friend's place. She's like रात को वैसे घर आ जाइयो.
Every Indian mother out there.
अच्छी बात नहीं है वैसे.
Okay, your mother finds out that you have a girlfriend.
She'll be more than happy. She'll like, she will never directly reach out. She will never directly confront. She'll be like, friend है, कहाँ मिले थे? Family क्या करती है? नहीं तुम कुछ हो तो बता दो. मतलब देख बेटा मैं तो पहले बड़े वाले की देख कितना मुश्किल है आजकल. तो हमको कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं है. हमारी तरफ से खुली छूट है. अब तेरे को करके भी आनी हो तो आ जाइए. मैं आपको छोटा सा फंक्शन कर दूंगी पूरी फैमिली के लिए. बस ठीक मेरे को कोई फर्क नहीं पड़ता. तो बता दियो मैंने.
Too good. एकदम perfect
है ना तेरा.
Oh my god. Okay, the last one.
Already.
The famous/infamous Goa trip.
Fun fact, I have stayed in Bombay for 7 years and I have never been to a Goa proper trip.
How?
I have been there but for an MBA interview, for like one interview and I came back the next day.
Why would you do that?
Because I don't drink. क्या करूँ मैं जाके?
Oh, even I don't drink, but Goa is like beaches, parties.
The real fact is I don't have enough friends.
अरे यार.
I'm not. But yeah, Goa trip. okay, I've told my mother that I'm going for a Goa trip. अच्छा, ठीक है, okay. हाँ ठीक है, तुमको दिल्ली आने के लिए बोले तो तुम्हें छुट्टियां नहीं मिलती हैं, जाओ गोवा जाओ, गोवा जाने के लिए छुट्टियां मिल जाती है तुमको. अच्छा, ऑफिस का काम है तुम्हारा. हाँ ठीक है, दोस्तों के साथ बैठ के तुमने, मेरे को तो लग रहा है तो बॉम्बे, मेरे सबने बोला था पत भेद बेटे को, हाथ से निकल जाएगा, निकल गए हाथ से, बोलने का कोई फायदा नहीं है वैसे. जाओ जाओ तुम जाओ बेटा, अब हम होते ही कौन है कुछ बोलने.
God, every Indian parent ever, भाई बिल्कुल, hands down. Well done. So it was honestly so delightful talking to you, Shivam. मजा आ गया बात करके, and I think the ending was the best part.
Oh my god.
Also the song.
If you need the ending, I'll give you something. That because I know for a fact that in comments के नीचे कोई ना कोई आके पक्का बोलने वाला है. People are obsessed with my teacher's character.
Please go ahead. Make your puch.
Listen, because I know how many comments के नीचे सारे इसलिए comment करेंगे सृष्टि. So that I know you guys are here, okay? Okay, and she loves her school, and she believes that entire school is her property.
Okay.
She loves that. Okay, and like, hello students, welcome to my school. I hope that you have eaten enough, right? Because if not, how will I eat your brain and be full, right? And make sure that you go back to your classes and don't make any noise, okay? And then she has her infamous walk where she does like entire Kardashian walk.
Wow.
I love her.
Too good. We love it too. Clearly, your audience loves it, and that is why this is now the perfect ending.
Srishti!
Thank you so much for coming today,
Thank you so
Shivam,
much
and
for having
sparing
me.
the time for having this hilarious conversation.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, and keep listening to Bollywood Binge and Beyond on ABP Live Podcasts.
And follow me. Bye.
Yes, follow Shivam.
Follow इसकी जरूरत है. Okay, bye.